Hey, today's Friday, and you know what it means. It means it's another rendition of Wheel of Bad, the only YouTube show that's awful, that is completely awful, that's completely unwatchable and annoying. Don't watch it.
Please watch it. I need this. I need this for my life.
It is I, Mr. Muffin. Friendly hello, hi. As usual, we will go through a bunch of games because, as the story tells, a year ago I purchased a bundle that included 1,105 games, some of which are good, some of which are bad, and we will figure them out one by one using the Wheel of Bad, a torture device for the modern age. Yes. Today on the wheel, the Secret Cheese Spot, which is a secret cheese game, that's about it. Splinter Zone, The Whisperer in Darkness, Resistance is Futile, Metori, The World Begins With You, Isolation Story, No Wheels Racing, Parsnip, Potato Thriller, Speed Dating for Ghosts, and The Night Journey. Slowly turn down the music. Yes, this is how we do it. Let's spin the Wheel of Bad. Ooh, so close. We could have had a cheese game. But yes, it is Splinter Zone. Give me back my music. Splinter Zone. As you can see, there's a lot to go through. Splinter Zone. You don't know who you are, or how you got there. Here, there's no explanation for any of this. There's only one thing you can do. Endure the challenges that get thrown in your way. Learn them as best as you can and find a way to escape from this eternal punishment. Fight, not to save the world, but to maybe save yourself. An endless stream of challenges. Splinter Zone creates an infinite chain of levels for you to traverse and test your skills in. So it's kind of obvious we're not completing it in one go, and we're definitely not completing it on the wheel. Reliable randomness. That sounds bad. That sounds like roguelike. Splinter Zone doesn't feature a true random level generation. Instead, its levels are pre-constructed, but the order in which they appear is randomly generated. This way, it is still possible for you to get familiar with the game's challenges while still having a unique experience every time you play. Permission to cheat. Splinter Zone is a challenging game, but sometimes you may want to have a more relaxed experience. For those moments, Splinter Zone features a handy array of cheats that you can enable right at the start of the game. You can even turn off all enemies in the game if you so desire. So, what this tells me is that the game isn't designed with the set difficulty in mind, meaning there's not a lot of thought put into, for example, enemy patterns, enemy placements, everything like that. If it's that kind of game, of course. Because if you can turn off the enemies to experience so-called, relaxation, is it really worth playing the game then? It's like basically looking away from the visual novel with your with a mouse in the hand and just clicking non-stop without reading. I guess that's a way to describe it. But yes, music goes off, and that means, oh right, the card also goes off. That means we're going to the live screen. Hi. Yeah. It started with some sort of a small key again, if you're familiar with that particular software. New game. I'm green. So the bullet is Kind of funky music though. Let's see. Okay, now we're in the clown zone. That's a bitch move. It feels like someone tried to make their own Mega Man with several leniencies, I wanna say. Okay, I got the... Oh, the second level gave me a friend. It still doesn't matter because I can die in one hit. So I would much rather prefer an extra life or something. Ah, and I not only lose health when I take damage, but also the experience. Interesting. Speaking of the bosses, huh? Like, the difficulty stems not from the patterns of the boss, which are really simple. It's more or less counting on you messing up. And yeah, one-hit death. You messing up in the really, really elongated patterns. Ah, familiar zone. Would I play this game on my own? Doubt it. I want to see what level 3 makes. Because I couldn't be... I wasn't able to... I wasn't able to hold the thing for longer than a couple of minutes. Can I go here? Yes, I can. Adventure. Extra portal. Big health. Okay, we got him. Resignation. That means nothing to me. What does this do? Okay. We're going for a little more. I want to see what level 3 does with my gun. That would be my sign of completion, really. And it would appear that we're slowly getting to it. Almost one more enemy. Please, no bullshit. Okay, that's just more friendlies. Cinematic. Is this Blade Runner? Am I gonna hear about the beams of Tangeyser? Or the funny spaceship zone? These birds are throwing... what? Is that peas? Oh no, it's a bastard. I can't move. Now I can. That boss was a bitch made. I don't believe it was a boss. It doesn't have a difficulty curve, it just has a difficulty... not curve, not spike. let's call it a difficulty cone. The more shit I drop at the bottom, like the more resources I acquire, the easier the game gets. I don't feel like I understand the game better, or that I became better at the game. I just seen the level and now I'm just going for the least resistance playthrough. This is the worst thing I can say about the game. It's really nothing special. Just like what I would say to my son, if I had one. Boy, the only special thing in my life that I ever had was the Wheel of Bed. Yes! Welcome to Wheel of Bed. Okay. Music. Boop. And that means it's time to spin the Wheel of... Hello. Wheel of Bed. Ah yes, it's speed dating for ghosts. Removing from the wheel, but placing it in our heart. We got speed dating for ghosts. Let's read it. Boop. Speed Dating for Ghosts is a weird little narrative game about speed dating ghosts by Ben Galinas, Control, Dragon Age Mass Effect, and Mikey Ham. Mikey maybe Slag Blaster and Glig. You can you can already see which one of these guys is like the breadwinner at the selling point of the game. Narrative stuff from the people of Dragon Age and Mass Effect doesn't sound as good as it would have sounded like in 2010, right? Or is it just me? As a lonely spectre looking for love in the afterlife, you attend a speed dating event and chat up a cemetery's worth of phantoms, wraith and poltergeists. At the end of the spooky mixer, choose your favorite. They'll take you out to all the best haunts, old folks' homes, creepy houses with new owners. Maybe solving a murder is your idea of a good time, or robbing a bank. Ghosts are into all sorts of things. Key features. These are the selling points. With the added expansion, meet and date 12 ghosts plus a bonus ghost if you are really committed. Deep branching conversations with markedly different outcomes depending on what you choose to say. A full-fledged date with your favorite ghost that plays out like a text adventure after each speed dating session. A wide range of quirky characters, including spirits of vengeance, compassion, despair, and mischief. Original music by Mikey Maybe, the musical alter ego of the game artist Mikey Ham. Do we think it's good? Do we think it's bad? No idea. Time for the live screen. Oop. Visit graveyard. I suppose this is the progression, right? Erase date data. Whoa! You choose erase date data? Are you sure you want to do that? You'll lose all your progress. You'll start from scratch. Erase my game. Very well. I guess this just means we'll get to know each other all over again. See you on the other side. This game didn't let me do my funny gimmick of pressing the erase button multiple times. Start game. Oh, it's you again. Ah, hello there. You must be here for speed dating. My name's Fran. I run this little operation. Nice to meet you, Fran. You're a nice one. It gets lonely being a ghost. I bet. Fran, it's been difficult. It has? Wonderful. Fuck you, Fran. It's my life we're talking about. A bell rings from somewhere. Just like that. In all, you'll meet 3 ghosts. Over 2 rounds. And at the end, you get to choose your favorite. If they liked you too, you go on a date. How's all that sound? You can't wait. Neither can I. First things first, though. What's first things? What? Oh. Choose your room. I'm going to Mr. Jack Black then. Yes, a flower. Is that the Jack Black? The room of black isn't really a room at all. It's more of a garden courtyard. The sun beats down as you squint to see what's growing. Rows upon rows of yellow and brown plants, drying and rotting in the sun. What fruit these plants produced, shriveled on the vine. But there is peace to this place. The crickets are chirping, and well beyond the garden, a train passes. You sit at a table opposite an empty chair. The bell rings and a ghost appears. Ooh, spooky! Oh, spooky! I'm a ghost! See, he gets me. Oh! Oh! Lol. LOL! It's fucking lol. Wait. LOL. I hate him already. The bell rings. Antler Ghost rang that bell thing. That means we change places. See you in a bit. Another ghost appears. Oh, hello there. I'm Hattie. You'll have to forgive me. I'm a little shy. It's just so nice to get out of the home. To see a new face. I like your face too. You have... That's the only thing you have. Sorry. Were you alone when you were alive? No, I had a partner. Milton. He's still alive, actually. A resident at the home. Oh no, she has a dude. Oh, I guess that's our time. I suppose I will see you again when I come back around. Thank you for the talk. Oh, great. Nah, another ghost appears. How do I pass people? Okay, you're definitely not a looker. The ghost says nothing, only stares. Stare back. The ghost's eyes narrow. Narrow your eyes. I'm gonna mock you. The ghost opens their mouth wide. Wider. The sides begin to crack and tear. Inside smells so foul, musty and sour, like rotting peaches. The ghost lets out a guttural cry, low and lonely. The other ghosts in the room are all looking at you. Stand your ground. Fuck you, ghost. I was a man. An accountant. Gary. That name sounds wrong now. Silly. Common. Gary liked the patter of rain. Baseball games and decaffeinated tea. Who killed you? I do not remember. Can you help me remember? You know what? Hell yeah. The bell rings. Your time with Gary ends before you have a chance to answer. The second round begins. Go away, you bad. Everybody's so flipping gloomy. Have you seen fucking Gary? To tell you this much, dude's a hoot. Hi. You're nice. Hello again. How's the speed dating going? Is it everything you hoped it would be? Ma'am, I've met Gary. That's like the love of my life now. What do you like to read? Who the fuck are all these people? I feel like a caveman now. I like Capote. Oh dear, I didn't mean to offend you by calling him too literary. His writing just not my Jared jam, you know? Which Capote book is your favorite? I don't know. Homicide. Homicide is by David Simon. Are you sure you like true crime? I guessed. You're trying to impress me. That's cute. Yo, what up, Gary?
How did you die? I still feel the blade. The life draining out. Join me after the final bell. Together we will discover why.
The bell rings. Gary left a strange transit map behind. Routes you've never seen before. A certain stop is circled. Choose your date. The fucking Gary. My choices were haunting people with annoying bitch, watching other people die, or solve a mystery of a murder of a ghost, of a vengeful spirit. Fuck yeah, I'm going to pick vengeful spirit. Wow. What a story, Mark. But you know what else is quite a story? Well, it's full of bed, of course. Hello. I guess it calls for another spin. Let's spin the wheel of bed. Ah, yes. Its resistance is futile. Remove it from the wheel. Normal fruits on the wheel. Let's shuffle the things a little bit, just because I can. Whoop-de whoop-de whoop-de. Yes. Resistance is futile. A cake napping. As a wedding ceremony inside of an ancient castle comes to a close, a legion of fruit monsters materializes and steals the pure, delicious chocolate wedding cake. But why? Why? Chocolate cake should be fruit-free, damn it. Help the bride with her powerful shotgun or the groom with his rapid-fire pistol obliterate every fruit monster that gets in their way. Hurry, before the fruit get away, or worse, contaminate your precious chocolate cake with their blasphemous fruit juices. Features: high-octane twin-stick shooting action, simple but challenging gameplay, pixel art fruit obliteration, unique power card perk system, level up and match 2 cards of the same type for extra bonuses, bride and groom local co-op, a rocking soundtrack and full controller support. Minus the music, minus the card. To the live screen. Zoom. Zoom. And we're here. Ooh. Banging tunes right away. Horrid menu. How do I feel? Do I feel like a funky man or a shotgun bride? I'm gonna go with the shotgun bride. Yes. I'm a woman. Oh no, the fruit have made out with our precious, pure, beautiful chocolate wedding cake. Explore the castle, defeat the fruit in each room, and reclaim your chocolatey goodness. It's that arcade game from Stardew Valley. Slideshow. It's that bad, right? Oh, trust me, it froze on my side as well. Oh, it was this. Got the thing. Is it every time that I go into the battle? Every time I'm in combat. Give me a second. Options. I can't do anything about it. Let's suffer a little bit more. Yeah, no. The game's bad. Well, wait, what? Is a woman? Neva. Greetings, chocolate cake bringer. Who are you? I'm Neva of the dragon fruit. My ancestors and I have kept the watch over the fruit kind for generations. What's going on? Why have the fruit taken our chocolate wedding cake? It seems the presence of the chocolate cake in the castle was discovered by the iron-fisted royal court of the Fruit Kingdom. I am not sure of their intention, but us fruit have a long history with the likes of chocolate cake. Personally, I find it atrocious. Due to the technical difficulties arising from the fact that every time there is a combat encounter, the game just eats shit, we have no choice. Unfortunately, we gotta spin the wheel of bed again! Oh no, where'd the music go? What happened? What? Oh no, it's time to spin the wheel of bed! Ah yes, it's the night journey. Remove it from the wheel, but keep it in our hearts. What is the night journey? The experimental video game by Bill Voila. The most genuinely realistic game ever made. It's like life. Puzzling, difficult, uncertain, unclear, always seen. In St. Paul's words, through a glass darkly. Brian Appleyard, The Sunday Times. The Night Journey, from 2007 to 2018, so 11 years in the making, is one of the first experimental art games ever made, a collaboration between renowned media artist Bill Voila and designers at the USC Game Innovation Lab. It uses both game and video techniques to tell Universal's story of an individual's journey towards enlightenment. After being exhibited around the world for the past decade, this foundational video game artwork has now come to home platforms, updated for this release with new original dream footage. The project stands as a milestone in the search to expand the boundaries of what game experiences may communicate through their game mechanics and world design. This is the artsiest, fartsiest bullshit I've ever heard. So, we are in good hands. Back to live screen. And let's remove the sound. Ah, yes. Peace and quiet. I don't remember if it has any sound, though. Oh, God. Game Innovation Lab software and user license agreement. License grant, terms of use, grant, copies, reservation, rights and restrictions. Can I stream it? To the intellectual property and licenses, the application does not include rights to patents. I'm sorry, I'm reading it but I don't. But I want to see if I'm going to get in trouble. Consent to collection of the use of data. Right. Oh no, someone broke the caps lock button on this section of the EULA. It's fine. Why? What is this? What is this PowerPoint presentation of all the dudes we dealt with? Oh, that's an old Unity. That's an old Unity logo. Sources. The fuck's are sources? Wherever you are is the entry point. Kabir. Human science is not capable of understanding it, nor experience of describing it. Only one who has passed through it will know what it means, though there will be no words for it. Saint John of the Cross. Okay, can I skip it? Can I skip the good stuff? Okay, good sources. Very nice. Very nice. Big fan of the sources. Do you think it's like LSD simulator for PlayStation 1? It really concerns me that the game is in 4:3 ratio. Use right stick to look around. Fuck me. Okay, so I have the wedding vision. This is the vision you get when you visit someone else's wedding and you just drink like a bastard for like the duration of the entire thing. Why is it so blurry? Press and hold the A button to reflect. Okay, let's reflect. Let's ponder. Let's look at the pigeons. Oh, should I be reflecting on something during this, or is just the game, like the game gives me time to reflect on things? Or is this like an actual game mechanic and the character I'm playing as reflecting about pigeons? Ah, fuck it, let's reflect. Push the left stick gently to move in any direction. Not gonna lie, I'm pushing it as hard as I can. Then it goes at the slowest fucking pace. Should I even go towards the tree? Fuck it, we're going towards the tree. Hello, tree, tell me your secrets. Can I walk into you? What was it? The fuck is this? Ah, yes. The mythical one-dimensional tree. A decade in the making, huh? A decade over showing this to other people and saying this is a revolutionary thing. Stop and reflect along your way. Okay. The house. Just like my grandma used to burn down. Yeah, I'd say that's enough reflection. Am I looking for that house? No, it's not spoopy, it's stupid. I swear, if this is what dipshits in game media think when they say games are art, I think they're just asking to be shot. Can I reflect some more? Oh, yes, yes, I can reflect some more. Look at me reflecting. Look at me reflecting as some dude walking in a GoPro. Look at this lanky motherfucker. Cool. I guess our task for the rest of the game is to reach that particular house. This is the tiniest piece of shit panel house I've ever seen. Oh, that's a hole. There's a hole. Let's drop into the puddle. Question, can I enter the puddle? Yes, I can. Ah, it's just like real life. Holy shit, that was artsy. Me personally is at my wit's end. Because what? Because we have attempted 4 games today. And as the motto of the show says, some of them were good, some of them were bad. But it's important for us to establish which game was which. We started with Splinter Zone. Splinter Zone was a pretty decent, I want to say, homage, because it wasn't a direct copy or it wasn't a direct inspiration from Mega Man series. It was an homage for the old run and gun platformers, which is not that bad. I didn't like the fact that it had like the cheat menu at the beginning, letting people know that enemy placement was completely irrelevant, and you know, you can just go through the game with a bunch of cheats. So that's I guess kind. Aside from that, game was completely forgettable. I don't believe that tomorrow I will remember its name. But it was an okay-ish experience. It was a very interesting concept, like on paper, I feel like, where you can, you know, combine Mega Man with shmups, with roguelike elements. Had kick-ass music though, it was very, very jumpy and energetic. The second game was Speed Dating for Ghosts. Surprisingly competently made and very engaging stuff. I like the story, and I'm actually willing to play through the game as many times as it's necessary to unlock everything, so that means I will be playing the game outside of the stream. Mechanically, well, it's, you know, it's a visual novel. You can't invent much with it. You just press the buttons and choose what you want. It's not even a choose your own adventure or not any sort of, you know, text-based adventures, because you don't even get to choose the pathways or something. You just choose the, you know, the lines of dialogue. Third game was Resistance is Futile, a roguelike twin-stick shooter. I want to say that it's an interesting match to mechanic for your level ups. It's still a bit confusing on how exactly you get levels up. You get level up. But I feel like I just didn't have enough time in the game because it was performing so poorly on stream. And the last one was The Night Journey. The biggest art project that I've ever encountered. It's been shown around the world to people for a decade. The game was literally, it had the control scheme of you look around with the right stick, you walk with the left stick, you press A button to watch hallucinations that can demolish buildings, it would seem. But it's not exactly what people might consider engaging, but it does follow in the steps of a very particular genre of games like LSD Simulator, and I think what was it called? A Dream Diary or something? Essentially, these are games that you play for its artistic value or for the value of just finding out what kind of weird stuff you can find in them. But I feel like Night Journey has some sort of progression, because you don't add a save feature to the game that has like... and now it's time to rank everything. The best game of today is unquestionably Speed Dating for Ghosts. It ended up being like my favorite in a segment. Second best, I want to say Resistance is Futile. My stream didn't give that game justice. I feel like it's much more pleasant than it's been shown. The controls are fluid. The mechanics are interesting. I'm willing to try it out several more times off stream. Now we are in the territory of bad. And, well, kind of on the territory of bad, because the first game of today, the game whose name I keep forgetting, called Splinter Zone, isn't bad, but it isn't good either. Like, it has good things about it, and it has mostly forgettable and I guess uninspired things about it. The combination of the things just doesn't work really, and the lack of vision for how the game should be. What could be a very interesting concept. I feel like I needed to play more of it, but at the same time, I don't know if the game also has conclusion, or the levels will just cycle until I get, you know, either bored or die. But absolute worst game of today is The Night Journey. I understand the artistic value of it. I understand that people who are really confused about what video game is would think this is, you know, some sort of groundbreaking experience. The addition of the high philosophical concepts to the media of electronic toys. But oh god, that just doesn't work. I would take flat, bold-faced lies and strawmans Kojima uses in his games in place of real philosophy or complicated issues than this crap. This was just dreadful. This was the game is really outdated, so I feel like if it was made like much later in time, it would have been at least like 16 by 9 and not 4 by 3. It's just a poor technical performance on top of a really obnoxious and obscure delivery of the game's concept and game's idea. The Night Journey ended up being the worst game of today's selection of Wheel of Bad. Thank you all so much for joining me today with today's rendition of Wheel of Bad. It's been a joy to do this every week, and I hope you enjoyed watching me suffer and struggle through good and bad, through thick and thin, till death, does us apart and we turn into ghosts. As usual, you will see you next week with the same wheel, with more games, and Halloween's approaching, so look out for that one. It was me, Mr. Muffin. I wish you all the best. As usual, be kind, do good, stay well, get a good night's rest. The bitch.